A long time ago, in a beautiful land located near a flowing spring, there lived a man named Okeke. Okeke was well known for his insatiable greed and covetousness. He was despised by everyone so much that he had no friends. Even his family members stayed far away from him. Many years ago, Okeke and his then friend did a business together. Even though his friend Mazi knew him for his covetousness. Unfortunately, the day they were supposed to share the profit from the business, Mazi had a serious accident and was rushed to the hospital. The doctor requested for a huge sum of money. So, Miss Oma, his friend's wife, decided to go and meet Okeke for her husband's part of the profit. But Okeke lied that Mazi had already collected his money. This brought confusion to Miss Oma. As days elapsed, Mazi died. Since his wife could not afford the money the hospital requested of her, this brought great sadness to her. People, on hearing this incident, began to flee from Okeke. It was this same reason Okeke lost his wife to a serious illness, as he was not ready to spend the amount of money the native doctor asked of him. As a popular African saying goes, it is from a black pot a white pap is made. Okeke had a very beautiful and kind daughter named Chinenye. Chinenye's beauty was captivating, and every man, both young and old, wished they could get married to her. With all the love and attention Chinenye was getting from men, both poor and rich, she was particularly in love with an average palm wine tapper named Ikechukwu. They loved each other so dearly. Ikechukwu, saying that his beloved Chinenye was the fantasy of all the men in town, decided to pay part of her bride price. Because it was customary for a man to pay a bride price to the family of the woman he wanted to marry. It was a symbol of respect and a way to show that he could take care of his future wife. Usually, the bride price was a single payment given by the groom's family to the bride's family. As paying half would guarantee him marrying her, and the law of the town forbade any man collecting bride price twice for his daughter unless he had paid the previous person off. After much pleading with Okeke, he then accepted it with a condition that Ikechukwu will have to pay the other half as soon as possible. Ikechukwu went ahead and paid half of the bride price. This made his mind at rest. But would that stop Okeke from displaying his greediness? Well, let's find out. Every year in the town, there was this festival that was held where other towns from far and near come to celebrate with them. This festival takes place in the market square, and it was usually a big one. On the day of the festival, everyone gathered, watching how the dancers danced gracefully to the beat of the drum. As this was going on, two handsome and wealthy merchants got a glimpse of Chinenye, and her beauty captivated them. After the festival was over, the two young men asked about Chinenye, and they were directed to her house. Separately, they went to her father's house, Okeke, to ask for her hand in marriage. Okeke saw this as an opportunity to exploit the situation and decided to take advantage of the situation for his own benefit. He asked them both for a huge sum of money, which they paid wholeheartedly. He gave the two suitors different dates to come and carry their wife, unknown to them that he had a dubious plan in mind. Chinenye knew her father's plan, but she doesn't really know how to confront him yet, so she went to Ikechukwu and they both had to devise a plan to embarrass Okeke. Ikechukwu used a friend of his to send a message to two of the suitors named Obinna and Amadi, respectively, posing as Okeke that he had changed the day of the wedding. Ikechukwu merged the dates together so that he can cause trouble. Obinna and Amadi received the message thinking it was from Okeke. On the day of the wedding, Obinna and his family were the first to get there. Okeke was surprised to see them, but he kept mute and acted along. Then, not quite long, Amadi and his family also got there as well. The two families, seeing each other coming for the same purpose, were dumbfounded. It was at that point Chinenye stepped forward and confronted her father before the entire village. She revealed his deceitful plan, explaining how he had accepted bride price from Obinna, Amadi, and Ikechukwu. The village was taken aback by this revelation, and murmurs of disapproval spread through the crowd. The elders of the village gathered around Okeke, scolding him for his greed and dishonesty. Chinenye, however, showed great strength and integrity as she decided to return both bride prices to Obinna and Amadi. Chinenye's actions touched the hearts of the villagers, and they began to see her for the remarkable woman that she was, a woman of honesty, compassion, and courage. Obinna and Amadi, deeply moved by Chinenye's selflessness, realized the true meaning of love and respect for a partner. In the end, Okeke's greed and deceit had not only disgraced him and also brought disappointment, he had also lost the respect of the villagers and, most importantly, the trust and love of his beloved daughter, Chinenye. Okeke was punished by the elders of the land. He spent the rest of his days in remorse and isolation, coming to understand that true happiness and fulfillment comes not from wealth and deceit, but from the bonds of love, honesty, and genuine human connection. As for Ikechukwu, he paid the remaining part of the bride price and settled down with his beloved Chinenye, and they lived happily ever after. What is the moral of our story? The moral of our story today is that greed and dishonesty will eventually be uncovered and lead to disgrace and disappointment. Greed might offer a temporary gain, but they always come at a high price. So, I believe you enjoyed our story of today. Now, if you would keep seeing wonderful stories like this, please do well to like, share, and comment on this video. So till I see you next time for another interesting episode, do take care and bye-bye. Thanks for watching. See you next time.